Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I welcome each and every person, and that too being Sunday, everybody has come. So I can really understand you have, कहते हैं ना वो त्याग से भाग्य बनता है. In Hindi scriptures they say त्याग से भाग्य. So you all have dedicated so much of your time for the next 1 hour 20 minutes. We will be here and we'll be listening to the great personality. But before we really go to Mr. Amirtharaj, who will be speaking today, who is an emotional and intelligence coach, I would just like to tell about this mindset, the club for success, which I have created. So this mindset club for success, which I have created a platform, I'm just a medium in this. So this is for each and everybody. It might be trainers, it might be a businessman, it can be anybody. So this is a platform where people can come in. The first time when they will be speaking totally about their, the failure, the success, the ups and downs, and whatever they have faced in their life, the challenges what they have faced in their life, especially when they are there in that down moment. So what made them to be very strong and powerful in their mind, and what did they do, without getting any other help, maybe the Almighty's help or any other sources? How did they come up and get to that success level? And success can be different for different people. So whatever the failures and success, what I hear mean is that the difficulties, the challenges which you faced, and you came up and reached that level again. So you can go ahead and share that. And we'll be providing normally 1 hour for this. In case if you say, no, I cannot speak for 1 hour, then we can reduce it to 30 minutes also. So I request all of you to please go ahead and get in touch with me and just tell me that, yes, I want to share my stories. And it will normally happen on that is Saturday 6 p.m. But since yesterday we had a meetup for the Bangalore alumni, so I just postponed it from Saturday to Sunday today. So anytime such any such thing comes, we will normally be postponing right from Saturday to Sunday, and it will be exactly at 6 p.m. itself. Okay, so not speaking much, so let's go ahead and let me tell a few words about Mr. Amirtharaj Rathinam. So he's an emotional intelligence coach, and he's an expert in that. And his degrees are, he has a bachelor's in pharmacy, and he has an MSc in counseling and physiotherapy, CPHT USA, and MDTD. He can explain about it, that degree, a little bit later when he speak about it. And he holds the first rank in University of Madras in B Pharma. I think we all need to clap at him. Thank you very much, sir. We need to really praise him for that. Thank you very much. And he's an excellent trainer and a manager awards. He has won manager awards in Novartis. He's a member of Lions Club International. He's also the member of the BNI, that is the Business Network International, and that is the industrial chapter, that is 2.0 Coimbatore. And he's an expert corporate emotional intelligence life coach. He's a passionate about helping and bringing the hidden potential within each human mind. We all have a lot of hidden potential. Only thing is that it is inside us. So he wants to get that and make us more productive and enjoyable. And his the mantra which he uses is, with a calm mind, you can conquer anything in the world. So let's go ahead and welcome Mr. Amirtharaj, and who will be speaking today about the emotional intelligence, which is the missing link in our life. And that would be taking us to success. So it's all yours, Mr. Amirtharaj. Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Pradeep, for a lovely introduction, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I take this opportunity to thank each and every one who attend this meeting. Really, I am very much humble to have all of you here. So let us talk about emotional intelligence. So there's a topic which we are going to discuss. And whenever we get a newspaper in the morning, there are lots of good news and lots of bad news. And sometimes we are very much shocked to see some of the shocking news. Just I want to bring to your notice some of the shocking news which I came across in the past. It may not be really shocking to me, even for everyone who are sitting here. Okay, so the first one news is the diverse on the rise among the rich and educated. Really, this is one of the shocking news now. Not only that, even if you see, it's very recently happened in Delhi. A woman murdered his husband and posts the status on Facebook and tries to kill herself. Such just imagine how these incidences could happen. And another thing, even IIT, we considered as one of the top-notch technology, and the people with the brilliant and super brilliant students, they committed more than 27 students that committed in the last 5 years, and IIT Madras tops the list. Just imagine, where are we going? Where is this generation is going today? Not that one. Even just you see, India of the South Asia region is the greatest contributor to the absolute number of suicidal deaths. Just let us think to over all this. These are the only very small news which we gather over a period of time. But what does it indicate? Let us think it over. What could be the reason? Is there any solution which we can provide to the newer society or the younger generation? Maybe just we will find the answer during my presentation, and we'll park this slide and let us think it over again and again, and we will find the answer during my presentation. So before we do the presentation, let us do a small activity. Are you ready for it?
Yep.
Yeah, please. Just please follow my instructions. Okay, you need not do anything else. Just you follow my instructions. Okay, that's enough. So I request all of you to close your eyes. Please close your eyes and follow my instructions. Now you think that today is Monday.
Yeah, request all to please mute. I'm sorry. Request all to please mute.
Yeah. Please think today is Monday and the alarm wakes you up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Please, I hope you all close your eyes and just you follow my instructions. The alarm wakes you up at 6 o'clock in the morning. You wake up from the bed and you have some feeling. And you get into the bathroom, you do your routines, and you come back to a kitchen, have a very nice coffee. You enjoy that moment. Now you get ready with sons and daughters and husband to the office, and you are also ready to the office. Now you reach the office at 10 o'clock. The security guard or the watchman greets you with a very broad smile. You reciprocate him. You settle down your desk, you look into your mails, and there are a lot of mails which you have to reply immediately. And after some time, there was a call from your manager, just ask you to come to his or her cabin. You step into the cabin, and the manager asks you to take a seat. You sit there, and the manager says, "Congratulations. You have been promoted to the next level, and you have to report to the new job in the new place in 2 to 3 weeks." Really, it was a very big surprise to you because you never expected this promotion to happen this time at a very early stage. Okay, you are very much happy and you thank him. You come out of his cabin and you settle on in your desk and you order 3 kilos of the best sweets available in your city. And you distribute your employees, colleagues, and you share the pleasantries. And you want to give this surprising news to your family when you reach home. So you don't want to inform them over the phone about the promotion. So you want to keep it as a secret and you want to give a surprise news to them. So now you leave the office and reach home. And we are about to open the door with a lot of surprise and a lot of happiness. Your son opens the door and he starts crying. You don't know what's happened. He says that well, our uncle has been admitted in the hospital and he is in the ICU. Suddenly your mood changed. You also started crying. After some time, there was a phone call from the hospital stating that he is out of danger. It's just an ordinary pain. So he will be discharged within 2 or 3 hours. So you feel relaxed. So now you feel relaxed and you enjoy your promotion, the happy news with your family, and all of you become very happy and you plan for what can be done in the next week to move to a new town. So you end the day with a very happy note. You are all very happy now. Just you are happy now. Okay, thank you. Please open your eyes. Thanks for following my instructions and thank you. Okay, let me ask you. Just I take you through just only one day, the sequences, what the things which happen in a particular day. So how did you feel? What did you experience? Can you, any one of you can unmute and tell me?
First success, happiness,
Yeah.
and then suddenly when you come home, there was so much of exuberation, and you are really happy that when you get a promotion and all those things. And when you come back home,
Yes.
you get a complete disturbance. Actually, it's a complete challenge.
Yes.
How to face this
Yes.
one, because if somebody is there in the ICU means completely you will be perturbed. You will be in a
Yes.
depressive mode. You are from happiness to extreme.
Yeah.
That is one extreme. This is another extreme. So by
Yeah.
the time you get back to them and you realize that
Yeah.
everything is okay,
Thank
then
you very
again you
much.
come back to normal this thing.
Yeah.
So
Thank
it's
you.
a
Thank
matter
you very
of
much.
mood swings, mood swings.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for yours. So what I want to tell you is just you experience feelings. Yeah, different kinds of feelings. So even whenever you, even though just it's on the same day, you experience a different kind of feelings. So it is what we call it as emotions. Okay. So we have emotions. So when we feel so many things, we come across emotions. So where do you get these emotions? Where do these emotions come from? Just I want to give one small example. Just now we are living in a pandemic. That is a COVID pandemic. So when we talk about COVID, suddenly what that is one of the situations that which is happening, which is at the present. So what big thing is, okay, we are in danger. So the COVID, there is no vaccination, there is no treatment for COVID. So we are in danger. So something may happen to me or happen to my family, happen to my friend. So what happens? You experience a fear. So where do you get this emotion? This emotion can be any situational, or it can come from your thought, or it can be from psychological. Suppose you something which happened in the past, which is always you are working on it, and sometimes it comes out of your mind, and which causes you an emotion. So the emotions, no, that come from either from our thought or from the situation or from any of our psychological incidents or psychological happening which happened in the past. So these are the sources of emotions. Okay, just let me understand whether the emotions are very, whether they are good or bad, because there are good emotions as well as there are bad emotions. In other words, there are wanted emotions or unwanted emotions. There are positive emotions or there are negative emotions. Okay, emotions are good as long as they have a certain intensity. When it goes beyond the limit, it may be detrimental to our health or our work. And anger or fear, surprise, sadness, stress, everything which has some positive effect. At the same time, when it crosses a certain limit, it may end up as a bad one or unwanted one. So let me explain what are the positive emotions. So we
Narendra sir,
experience within
sorry
the
sir.
same day, no, just
Narendra sir, can you please mute your phone? Sorry to interrupt, sir. Thank you, sir.
thank you. So there are 10 positive emotions. Just know whatever the emotions which if you know these are just I have listed only 10 only for easy understanding, whether it's a joy, relief, love, surprise, pride, creativity. So these are will give you a positive emotion. These are called positive emotion because no, that will give you the boost and it will give more energy to you. So these are called positive emotions. And coming to negative emotions, sadness, frustration, shame, or fear, grief, guilt, sadness, depression. So these are all called negative emotions because there is a lot. Even if you see how many emotions are there, just these are the emotions. So
Sir, we cannot see the screen. can you please share the screen, or do you want me to share it?
What about the previous one?
No, we were not able to see anything on the screen. We thought you'll be explaining.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry.
So that's okay.
Can you? Oh, 1 minute.
I just click on that share screen, sir.
Yeah, I am not able
and
to.
then select PowerPoint. I hope the PowerPoint folder is open, right?
Yeah, it's open, yes.
Okay, okay. You can close the other folders. Let only the PowerPoint folder be open. If you want, I can go ahead and try share.
Please, can you please go ahead?
Yeah, I can share, but only thing is you need to, okay. Okay, are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, I am able to see the screen, yes.
Okay.
So now can I change? I can have the control now.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I am able to control it, yes.
Okay, fine.
How is it now? Is it visible now?
Screen hasn't come yet.
Screen has still not come, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because you have the remote right with you. So if you can just try, please, from your end, click on the green, this thing, share screen, and then select that particular tab.
Just please give me 1 minute. Just I'll close it.
Yeah. Please. No issues. If you want, you can mute yourself. You can close the video also. No issues. Just set yourself. No issues. Thank you. Friend, sorry for the inconvenience. Maybe he's having some technical glitch. Yes, sir. Now we can see the screen. Great. Yeah.
Amirtharaj, you can sit and do it because of that only you're not able to control your laptop.
No, that is fine. He has a remote. So he can move the PPT through remote.
Okay. I think he has to unmute, no? It's not unmute, huh?
I think he is not unmuted.
That's,
Amirtharaj sir, can you please unmute yourself?
you're not hearing him, his voice. Actually, he's explaining.
Oh, is it? Okay, I can't see here.
Is it okay now?
Yes. Now it's okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
So as I was discussing the positive emotions, I have listed only 10 positive emotions: joy, relief, love, surprise, pride, curiosity, excitement. So these are some of the positive emotions which give us an energy to perform better. And coming to the negative emotions, so these are some of the negative emotions which we come across in our day-to-day life. But actually, if you see the number of emotions, you will really surprised to see how many emotions which we come across in our during as a human. So even no, this is also only less than 50% of the emotions which have been listed here. Because again, if you see go deeper and deeper, again the list will go much more. So this is an emotion which we have, which we do not know what are the emotions are. But no, so these are the emotions which will have a big impact on our life. So just we can measure a lot of things, particularly if regarding our intelligence, we can measure through some of the tests, psychometric tests, how intelligent we are, or how intelligent our child is. Or we can measure our blood pressure, we can measure our heart rate, we can measure our so many other things. But is there any method by which can we measure our emotion? Absolutely, there is no tool which is available, but there is a method by which we can know what is our emotion level. Okay, in fact, this is designed by Yale University and which has a exclusive department for emotional intelligence, which says that just we all know that's x-axis and y-axis. Just in the x-axis, just you number it from +5 to -5. That is -5 to +5 on the x-axis, and this is called your pleasantness. In the y-axis, it's an energy level. Okay, so and you divide this into 4 quadrant. So start with this is +5 and this is -5 and +5 at the top and -5 at the bottom. So I have divided this into 4 quadrant. One is red, blue, yellow and green. Okay, just this is based on our pleasantness and energy. We can label we are in which quadrant. Suppose I say that my energy level is low and my pleasantness is low, then I will be featuring this blue quadrant. Suppose I say that my pleasantness is high, okay, my pleasantness is high, but the energy level is low, I will be in the green quadrant. If I say when energy level is high, at the same time my pleasantness is also high, I will be in the yellow quadrant. When I say my energy level is high and pleasantness is low, I will be in the red quadrant. Just you can think it over. Just suppose whenever you are angry, what is your energy level? What's your pleasantness? Just you think that I am angry, so my energy level will be high, but my pleasantness will be low because I will not be happy when I am angry. So which means that I am in the red quadrant. So when I am peaceful and when I am calm, when I am happy, my energy level will be low. Sorry, my pleasantness will be high and energy level will be low. I will be sitting very calm, but no, my pleasantness will be more. So I will be in the green quadrant. So based on this, we can measure we are in which quadrant. What is the level of our emotion? Okay, so this is one of the way. Just you can find out where you are. Suppose if you are yellow, you are with the high pleasant and high energy. When you are in the green quadrant, pleasantness is high and we are with the low energy. And when you are in blue quadrant, you are unpleasant with low energy. And you are in red, you are unpleasant with high energy. So you can measure you are in which quadrant, and you can even when the other person, when he comes with you, when he approaches you with some kind of emotion, you can identify he's in which quadrant, what is his level of thought, what is level of an argument. So you can easily identify based on placing them in a particular quadrant. So I want to give you some of the examples for this thing. So when you are in the green, you say that you are very calm, you are included, you are mellow, you are peaceful, comfortable. So when you feel these things, no, you are in the green quadrant, you are in a very peaceful state. When you are brave, or when you are energized, when you are pumped, or when you are confident, you are in the brave. So your energy level will also be high, and your pleasantness also will be high. But in case of mad, that is an angry, so your energy level will be low, whereas your energy level will be high and pleasantness will be low. So this is how we can label our emotions. So depending on the emotions, we can label them. So this is one of the tool by which we can measure our emotions. But emotions are not permanent. As you see, just during our activity, just we change from one emotions to the another emotion, from sadness to surprise to happiness to shock. So the emotion we can change depending on that. So now we have the ability to manage our emotions. The point I want to make is, even though when we are experiencing different emotions, we have the control, or we can manage our emotion. We can move from green to red, or green to yellow, green to blue, or blue to green, wherever we want. Whatever is our emotion is there, we can easily move from one quadrant to another quadrant. Okay, let us talk about the today's topic. We understand what is an emotion, how important emotions are. If we do not manage the emotions, what will have in our life? Same example, just you can remember the first page of my presentation. How many just disturbances, how many shocking news are taking place in the world? So what is an emotion? So here now we'll talk about emotional intelligence. At the same time, I want to bring to another important point. By having an imbalanced emotion, it not only affect our job or our relationship, even it will also affect our own health. Because now when you are an angry, the cortisol level goes up, so it has a detrimental effect on so many other organs. When you are under stress, it has a lot of other detrimental effect on your body, because we are not going to deep into that. What is the effect of stress hormones, or what is the effect of other hormones which will have a play havoc on our body and health. But today just we'll stick to only certain things. So we'll move on to emotional intelligence. Okay, what is emotional intelligence? Because no, until 1990 this was an unknown topic. Only in the year 1990, when two psychologists, they coined a new name called emotional intelligence, that is James Joyce as well as Peter Sullivan. So these are the two scientists, psychologists, they coined the name emotional intelligence. They thought that there is something is missing in any successful man or any successful women. Even though high, whatever their intelligence level is there, all intelligent people are not successful. So there may be something is missing in their life. Say they started identifying what could be the missing link. And finally, they identify this emotional intelligence is one of the important factor which contributes to the success of any individual. And only in the year 1995, when the top leading psychologist, Goldman, when he wrote the book on emotional intelligence in the year 1995, the people or the world became aware of this emotional intelligence concept. Okay, so what is the emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is nothing but just you must have the awareness to understand. It is an ability to understand your emotion, manage your emotion, and managing the emotions of others. Suppose I am angry, I have to be aware of that. I am angry. I must have the awareness that I am angry now. I must have the ability to understand that I am angry now. So that is an ability to understand an emotion. Okay, and recognize the emotion. What is the intensity of an emotion? What is the impact which will have on others? So that is the ability to understanding the emotions, and whether can I manage the emotion. Suppose if I am in the low intensity, can I prevent it moving from low intensity to the higher intensity? Do I have that ability to manage my emotions? So that is the second point. And third one is manage the emotions. Managing your emotions as well as and express emotions of others. So when you want to express your emotions to others, also know how you can express your emotions. So in simple term, it's an ability, person's ability to identify, evaluate, manage, and express your emotions of self and others. So this is a simple thing. So just to think of any moment which you are happy, or when you are sad, or when you are grief, just to identify, just you should have the ability to understand that I am sad now. Okay, I can understand how sad I am. You can, whether you can you manage the sadness? Yes. And can you express your sadness to others and understand the sadness of others? So this is called emotional intelligence. Hope I make it clear. So what is the importance of emotional intelligence? But we are talking about emotional intelligence is very important. Okay, what is the importance of emotional intelligence? So before talking about the emotional intelligence importance, I want to introduce four personalities to you. So you can identify the emotional intelligence of a particular person, or who is with the person with IQ, or who is the person with the emotional quotient. So I am pleased to introduce the first person. His name is Dad, and he's very bright, but he's a failed personal life. He has a very failed personal life, but otherwise, no, intellectually, he has a high IQ, and he is very ambitious, but no, he is always doubting himself, and he is always critical towards himself. And one more is whatever he want to have a detailed plan. Even if he does anything, he wants to be very detailed. He want to get a detailed one. Even if he wants to give something, he is to give a detailed one to him. So no, he is a very highly processed man and tend to be somewhat detached. He will not mingle with any person, and he's very cold. So this is few of the characteristics of Mr. Dad, and he's the one. He has a high IQ, but with a lower EI, emotional intelligence. So you will understand after seeing all the personalities, what is an importance of emotional intelligence, how it will affect the impact, how it will impact our life. And I am pleased to introduce the second person. His name is Mr. Daddy. He is rather outgoing and he is very cheerful and he is not fearful at all. And he takes responsibility for things. Whatever he does, he takes the responsibility. And he is sympathetic and take proper care of the relationship and feel comfortable with themselves and with the social work. And he is also very successful in career. So he is the one, Mr. Daddy is with high emotional quotient. So the third one is, I am pleased to introduce a beautiful lady. Her name is Mom, and she is very confident with her IQ level. And she is very fluent in telling people what is in her mind. So suppose she wants something to be done, she is very clearly, she is expressing to her colleagues an extensive range of interest towards the knowledge gaining. So she wants to read whatever the knowledge which is available. So she is want to gain all the knowledge. So she is highly intellect and prone to feeling guilty. She always feeling guilty or anxiety and hesitate to express her anger in public. Even though she has an anger, she's feared to express her anger in public because she has some kind of thing. And this mom is with high IQ but lower EI. And lost, her name is Mommy, and she's very assertive and she's social and positive and express feeling, and there is no outburst. So she has an emotional control, and life has a meaning to her and reach out to new people, and they feel comfortable and very playful and they are spontaneous. don't feel guilty or anxious or adapt to, she has the ability to adapt to stress. And her name is, she's with more emotional intelligent woman. I think by going through all these slides, you will easily identify what is the importance of emotional intelligence, how will it benefit if you have or if you develop the emotional intelligence in your life. So how IQ? So what? Okay, I am with a lot of IQ, but if you have high EQ, so what? So these are the benefits. That is, you can communicate very well with your clients and business partners. You can have a very good leadership and more positive thinking, and you can make more friends. And more than that, you can have a very good family relationship and improve your family income and career. So these are some few of the points which I highlighted, because if you see really, each and every career or every professional, they can easily apply this high Q in their career. Even this is another study which was published in the US, which says that more than 90% of top performers have high EQ, that is the emotional quotient. And EQ, 58% EQ is responsible for their job performance. And not only that, even people with a high EQ, they have more 29,000 more salary compensation compared to their peers. So these are the some of the studies which says that what is the importance of high EQ. And coming to profession, suppose if you are managing a team, or if you're in the business, how the emotional intelligence can help you. It can help you to improve your decision making and increase your personal well-being. It will reduce your staff turnover, because now more and people will be like to stick to your company, because there will be attrition will be very less, and the occupational stress will be less, and there is an increased leadership ability, and finally there will be a better team performance. So these are the some of the benefits of or significance of emotional intelligence. And where we can implement this emotional intelligence? You name it, everywhere you can implement this emotional intelligence. You can implement this in corporate or business houses, or in a workplace, or schools and colleges, home, parenting, marriage, relationship, and friends and relatives, or even just in our own community. So if you implement this, all this emotional intelligence, because every one of us we have, but no, we have to develop, we have to be consciously developed to the next level. And we have to educate our children, we have to educate our friends and relatives what is the importance of emotional intelligence, how they can be a better human being, and they can have a better relationship with others. So you can ask me whether EQ is important or IQ is important. Because no, whenever we are in the school, or whenever we teach to our children, we say that IQ is very, very important. Because no, if you are with the high IQ, you can get into the best colleges, you can best get into the best company. No, always we give importance to only IQ. We forget the missing link, that is an EQ. Okay, so just I want to show you one small slide. Even though IQ is also very, very important, because whenever there is a good combination of IQ and EQ, which will result in the better success, IQ take a back seat when it is compared to EQ. Because the reason is, whatever our IQ, it comes to an end at the age of 18 or 19 or 20. We cannot develop your intelligent quotient beyond 20, because whatever we our ability to learn newer things, particularly any technical things, it stops at the age of 19 or 20. But after that, whatever you learn, if you implement the emotional quotient in your life, it will result in a greater success. So what they say is EQ is more important than IQ. I don't say that IQ is not important, but if you couple with IQ and EQ, same, that is a corresponding proportion that will result in a greater success. Okay, let us talk about what is an emotional intelligence. Just we understood what is the importance of emotional intelligence, where we can improve or where we can be apply emotional intelligence, and what are the significance of emotional intelligence. So what we saw. So let us dive deep into that. What is an emotional intelligence? So emotional intelligence, it has 5 elements. One is, that is the self-awareness. And second one is self-regulation. And third one is empathy. And fourth one is motivation. And fifth one is the social skill. If we combine all the 5, according to Goldman, just who is the author of Emotional Intelligence, which is considered to be the Bible of emotional intelligence, he says that these are the 5 basic pillars of emotional intelligence. So let us see one by one. So the self-awareness, this is nothing but the ability to recognize what you are feeling and understand your feeling. You recognize your emotions. Suppose I am angry, you should have the ability to be aware that I am angry. You should have the ability to understand I am happy. Okay, what is my state of mood now? I must be aware that I am in a happy mood. I am in a sad mood, or I am in very angry state. So you have to understand what is your mood or what is your feeling, and you have to recognize, okay, I am in a bad mood. So how it's going to affect my behavior? Suppose I am in the angry mood, how I am going to be my actions? How my actions going to be with the others? Will it have any detrimental effect to the others? So how is going to my behavior? So you must be aware of your emotions. So this is the first one, is called be self-awareness. So it is nothing but what is the level of, what is the feeling which I have, just to be aware of the emotions, and what is the behavior because of this emotion, what is the behavior is going to be, how it's going to affect my performance. So this is called self-awareness. And second one is self-regulation, just to stay focused. Suppose now I know that I am angry now, so can you regulate the angry within myself? Suppose if you see this mood meter, it's a number from 1 to 5. Suppose -1 to -5. So now I am in the state of 1 or 2. So I know that I am in an angry state. So whether can I regulate, can I control from moving from 2 to 5? Can I regulate my angry? So just to take a step that I am angry now. So I want to take some steps to move from moving from 2 to 5 to moving to the next level. So how I can regulate my anger. So this is the second one, because there are a lot of steps which involve how you can regulate your emotions. So that we'll see in the maybe in the future classes. No, this is just no, just you are angry. So from moving from particular current stage, can you regulate or can you prevent moving from current stage to the next level? So that is known as the self-regulation. So first one we saw is the self-awareness. Second one is self-regulation. Sorry. And third one is the motivation. You should have the motivation. That is, you should have you are having some goal. So whenever you are in the low energy, because we are not with the same energy throughout the day. We have set a certain goal, but there will be certain times we'll be with the low energy. So identify your low energy and motivate yourself to reach the goal and guide yourself towards your goal. So that is the motivation. Because suppose, for example, I want to go for a walk every day. Okay, but when I get up from the bed, something tells me that, okay, you can go for walking tomorrow. But you have to motivate yourself that no, I have to go for a walking today. So you motivate yourself and just to try to reach your goal. So this is called the third one is the motivation. And the fourth one, because the first 3 points are related to intrapersonal, that is, are related to self. Because the self-awareness, self-regulations, and motivation, these are related to self, that is intrapersonal. But the last 2 points related to interpersonal. So how you develop your emotions with others. So the fourth one is an empathy, that is the ability to sense, understand and respond to other people's feeling emotion. So this is just you feel the emotion of other people. So how, whether he's sad or whether he is happy, just you understand whether he is in a trouble condition. So you understand his emotion. So you act accordingly. So this is the fourth one of the emotional intelligence. So this will help you to improve your relationship, whether with the family or friends or colleagues. No, this is the one which will help you to develop a better relationship. And the last one is the social skill, the ability to manage or influence and inspire emotions of others. So this is the way how you can develop your good friendship with others, or when you implement this in your business, how you can communicate effectively with the others, or how you can develop a good leadership team, or how you can improve your performance, or how you can improve your negotiation skill, or how you can have a better interrelationship with other colleagues. So the social skills plays an important role when you talk with the emotions with others. So these are the 5 important elements which constitute the emotional intelligence. Hope, I think just you are able to understand what is the emotions and what is the level of emotions and how you can label it. So shall we check a quick check on your EQ now? So what I need is, if you have a small piece of paper, or even just you can also note it, just you can have even on mobile also, just you can make it. There will be only some 15 questions. Okay, just you have to mark it 1 to 5. So for each question you have to rate 1 to 5. So my request is, don't spend much time on these questions. So whatever it comes to your mind, suddenly you select that particular answer, because that will give you the exactly correct corresponding results. Otherwise, don't try to think too much to give the best answer to the question. So whatever which comes to your mind, just you select the question. Just select the answer. So the questionnaire is, there are only 15 statements. So not at all means 1, rarely means 2, sometimes means 3, often means 4, and very often means 5. So read the first question and you write the answer, whether 2 or 3 or 4, whichever is applicable to you. Okay, shall I read the question for you? Okay, I can recognize my emotions, I experience them. I lose my temper when I feel frustrated. Third one, people have told me that I am a good listener. Fourth one, I know how to calm myself down when I feel anxious or upset. And fifth one, I enjoy organizing groups. I think everyone is done. Yeah. Now, sixth question is, I find it hard to focus on something over the long term. Seventh one, I find it difficult to move on when I feel frustrated or unhappy. Eighth one, I know my strengths and weaknesses. Ninth one, I avoid conflict and negotiations. And 10, I feel that I don't enjoy my work. Number 11, I ask people for feedback on what I do well and how I can improve. Next one, I set long-term goals and review my progress regularly. 13, I find it difficult to read other people's emotions. And 14, I struggle to build rapport with others. And the last one, I use active listening skills when people speak to me. All done? Okay, so thank you very much. Really, just thank you very much for your cooperation. Really, it's a wonderful exercise. And just I want you to total up the marks which you have given, all 15. So please take a couple of minutes to total up all the 15 because you have given number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for each questions. So
You need
just
to add
total up all the 15. Yes, all the 15. Just you count all the 15. Just you total up, sum up all the answers.
I think everybody can just put it in the chat what total they have.
Or no, it's not necessary. Just you can keep it. Just
okay.
Yeah. Just so I don't want it to be a public one. So just you can keep it yourself. Okay. Just you once it's done. Just please let me know. Just to give me the your just you or you note down your total score. Everyone's done?
Yeah, please tell us the range.
Pardon me?
Please tell us the range.
Sure. So just I will come to that. Yeah, I will come to that.
Yeah, we are eager to know that.
Yeah, really, yeah. If you are between 15 and 34, if you are 15 and 34, yeah, so really no, just you have your emotional intelligence score is low, you have to work on it. Yeah, if your score is below 35, you have to work on it. If it is between 35 to 55, you are okay. Your emotional quotient is okay, but there will be some area of improvement which you can work upon, and just naturally, you can develop your emotional intelligence, emotional quotient. If it is more than 55, you are great. But still, no, it ranges up to 75. So 55 to 75 is great. So now you can work on it. Still, no, whatever your score is, suppose if you are in 55 or 60 or 65, still you can work on to reach to that 75 level. Okay, so this is not a confirmed test, but this will give an idea that what is your emotional quotients, what are the areas which you have to work on. Okay, so now let's move to another detailed one. Okay, just to check your answer for question number 1, 8 and 11. Just to check your answer for, check your score for question number 1, 8 and 11. Okay, if it is more than 10, it's great. But if it is less than 10, you have to work on it. That is on your self-awareness. So these three questions are related to you, how self-aware you are. So how you are able to understand your emotions, how you are able to understand the impact of our emotions on behavior and actions. So this is related to these three questions are related to your self-awareness.
What is that, sir? The score, please tell the score. Please repeat it.
If it is less than 10, just if it is more than 10, it's great.
Yeah, I have got more than 10. Okay, yes. Then I'm great.
So that is great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You made my day.
You are greatest, Raja.
Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you.
So that's the way. And coming to the second one, please check question number 2, 4, and 7.
7, 5, 11. Okay.
So these questions are related to self-regulations. which means that when you identify whether you are feeling or emotions, whether you have the ability to control the emotions from moving from one level to the next level, from the current level to the next level, whether you are able to have the control on our emotions. So these also know if you have lesser score than 10, you can work on it. Yeah. And coming to the third one, this is the motivation. So please check your question answers for questions number 6, 10, and 12.
12, 3, 9.
And this also states that how self-motivate you are. So no, it's not a motivation of others, how good you are in your self-motivation. So when your energy level is low, or when you are in a very depressed state, or whenever there is there, how you motivate yourself, So these are the questions for the self-motivation. So the first three are related to self. There is the self-awareness, self-regulation, and motivations which are related to ourself. And whereas the other two are related to our interpersonal. So I request you to check the question number 3, 13, and 15. And for the last one, again, it also applies. The below 10, we have to work on our empathy and how we have to understand the emotions of others, how we can react to others, and how we can develop our interpersonal relation. And the last one is also just to check your score for questions number 5, 9, and 14. So which tells you how is your interpersonal, that is a social skill, how you can develop your team, how you can improve your performance, or how you can improve your communications. Okay, so how you can improve your social skills. So these are the things. So actually, no, if you work on this topic again, no, there will be a separate workshop maybe there for how to improve this from moving from one level to another level. No, there can be a workshop. Even how to identify our self-awareness, or how I can regulate my self-regulations, or how I can improve my motivational skill, empathy, or social skills. Actually, this itself can be taken as a one workshop. So how this will contain a workshop. So no, this is the way how emotional intelligence can be learned. It's not inborn. So like any other course, even the emotional intelligence we can develop, we can learn, and it can be further developed. So this is the thing which I want to convey, that emotional intelligence can be learned and it can be developed.
All the score should be more than 10 only, sir.
Yes, all question more, right? Because all the three, no, it's everything is carries 5 marks each. So if you answer 2 questions, it will be 10.
No, but all should be more than 10 for greatness.
10 and above, 10 and above.
10 and above.
10 and above, yeah.
Okay.
Suppose if there is otherwise, no, it will be only 5, or it will be only 6, or no. So it depends on that. So if it is more than 10, it's very good. It's very good.
Sir,
So still you can reach to the final level.
So question 6 and 7, sir. Question 6 and 7.
If it is 6 and 7, just we have to work. We have to concentrate on it.
No, sir. Can you show the question 6 and 7?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I find it hard to focus on something over the long term.
Okay. So if it is, if it is rarely, means it will be, score will be 2 or 4.
Rarely means 2. Not at all means 1. Rarely 2. Sometimes 3. Often 4. Very often is 5.
Okay. So very often I find it hard to focus means your score will be very high. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So, sir, now do we have to take a overall summation of the EQ, because they were the part wise, right? So
Sorry, ma'am. Can you
Overall
please
EQ also has a capping, like individual parameters had below 10 and above 10. So overall EQ will be the summation, and does it also have a capping?
Yeah. Just I was telling, no, ma'am.
Okay,
It's
sir.
suppose if you score up all the 15 questions, if the score is between 15 and 35, just your IQ is low. Between 35 and 55, it's great, okay. If it is more than 55, it's great.
Okay. Thank you.
So that is the overall scoring for EQ check.
Can
So
you
within
show
this, yeah,
question 1 to 5 for a few minutes? Right?
question 1 to 5, yeah, sure.
24 plus 9, 33 plus 41 plus 20. But Mr. Amirtharaj, if all the comes are more than 50,
Yeah,
because I'm getting a few less than 10, 1 or 2.
yeah.
But overall, I'm getting 51. So it's quite confusing, no?
No, which means, your overall emotional quotient is very good.
Okay.
But there are certain areas which you can improve. Suppose wherever you have scored more less than 15,
10.
if you work on that particular criteria, particular traits, your score will improve more than 55.
But again, the circumstances differs, no, sir. See,
Yeah. So it may vary. No, this is not.
we cannot.
This is not a standard and check. No, just it will give an idea that where we stand. That's all. So that's why I said it's not a emotional quotient. No, there is no any permanent test to check our emotions.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's only a tool. Just know where we stand. So that's all. It's not a confirmed psychometric test.
Okay.
It will help you to understand what is our area of scope for improvement, where are we strong. So by improving our scope of improvement, whether we can improve our EQ. So that's all. That's the idea of it.
Sir, here emotions and feelings are same or they are different? Emotions and feelings.
Pardon me?
Emotion and feelings.
Yeah.
They are same, equal?
Yeah, emotions, it's a kind of, it happens in our body. So that's a kind of, it's related to some biochemistry which happens. And feeling, what we experience.
Okay.
Am I clear?
So which means in emotional EQ, the feelings are not taken care of?
No, the feelings are the result of our emotions.
Okay.
The feelings are because emotions, it happens in our body. So just the outcome is, just what we show is.
So emotions are cause and the feelings are effect.
Yeah. Okay. Suppose whenever there is something happens in our biochemistry, whenever the hormonal changes happens, it results in an emotion. So which is the outburst, which will be shown as in feelings.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So can we go to question number 6, please?
16, sure.
Number 6.
I find it hard to focus on something over the long term.
So if I don't find it, what should be my score? 4 or 5 or 1 or 2?
I find it hard to focus on something over the long term.
No, I don't find. I find it very easy to focus on something over the long term. So what should be my score?
It should be very often. It should be very often. Sorry, it should be, I find it hard to focus on something over the long term. So you mean that it's easy, no?
Yeah, I can focus easily on the long term.
So you can put it as not at all.
So that is a problem. If I put a not at all, that means my score will go down below 10 in this case. Though it is a good trait, in fact, if I can focus on a long term.
Yes, sir. Same thing is my question actually. That's exactly how I found that this 2 questions, 6 and 7,
Yeah,
the wording is not correct as per the score. If I
yes, sir, I was not satisfied.
Your score will be low, and if you are feeling very difficult to move on, not frustrated, that's also low score.
Okay.
So wording issue in 6th and 7th, sir.
Okay, so I will check, sir. I will check. So there may be some something how to rating the numbering there may be some problem. So I will check it. So, yeah, thank you. But again, sir, it's only just gives an overall impact. So just please don't totally rely on this test or even any emotional test. No, it gives an idea that where we stand, what's our level of emotion. So that's all. So really, I am very thankful to all of you for having attended this program and having me here. And I also just want to introduce, just inform you about my future programs. That is about emotional intelligence during COVID-19 crisis, and emotional intelligence for teachers and parents, and emotional, that is transforming leaders good to great through EQ. So coming back again to the emotional intelligence presentation, this is the first slide which you saw there. So if you think of whatever you learned in the practice, whatever you learned in this presentation, can you identify what could be the reasons for these shocking news?
Sir, is it because from the childhood in the education,
Yes.
we don't have ethics and values?
Yes, absolutely.
If that is there, then both education as well as in professional life, people would be more successful.
Really, absolutely. You are 100% right.
First of all, schools and colleges do not teach what is the purpose of life, why we are born. Once you know why you are born, the purpose of life is important actually. When you don't know the purpose of life, you are going somewhere. It's something like you are binding your eyes and you are putting throwing you into the forest. You don't have right to go.
Yes.
That is what the problem is. The education system is completely an absurd actually. Our system is not giving us the basics of what life is about. Why we are born, what is the purpose of life, what should I achieve? Nothing is taught there. Yes. They are making us robo actually. In fact, they are making us robo, just injecting knowledge directly to the brain.
Yes.
That is not the way of teaching. No, our teaching curriculum itself is actually absurd. See, our Britishers, they came and ruled us for 200 years. They wanted us to be slaves. So we were all slaves for 200 years. After they left, still our government wants us to be slaves. And that's why the same curriculum we are following now also.
Yes, absolutely, you are right, sir. Absolutely, you are right. So almost every one of the participants will also echo the same feelings, and they will also have the same thought about it. So my request is what the request which I want to make to all of you through this presentation is, please educate your friends and relatives or your family members on the importance of emotional intelligence. So I find there will be a lot of educators in the forum. So I request all the educators to have emotional intelligence as one of the subjects in the schools where they teach, or whether they can implement this emotional intelligence in the society or in the implement. So that's all my request. So with that request, I conclude my presentation, and thank you very much for your patient listening and participation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Great. Absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you. Can you stop sharing, sir?
Yes.
Sir, can you show me the second slide, please? Second and third. I just missed those.
Yeah. Anybody wants to see the slides, they can just request, sir, please.
So which one's the slide? You meant question
Slide
two?
number 2 and 3. The initial. The first is from the first thing.
This one, sir?
Yes, sir. This one. Yeah. Sir, I want to ask one question regarding the like when you said that educationists have to include like college, like this 27 students in IITs committed suicide.
Yes.
Now, when we take education, so what do you think, sir? Like as an educationist, from which class onwards we should teach ethics and values, and what is the curriculum? So that like, is it to be middle school or high school or college time? Where do you think? I mean, if parental ethics and values are not there, how, from an educational point of view, from a school point of view, how to impart and what could be the curriculum? Could you throw some light on that, sir?
Yes, sir. Please. Thank you very much for your question, sir. But actually, no, if we implement right from our family, that will be the best part of implementing emotional intelligence, this syllabus. Because no, the children learn from our parents, learn from their parents. So whatever we teach in the school, if it is not been seen in the parents or in the house, there is a chance for deviating from whatever they learn in the schools. So my first idea is, even the parents, they have to be educated and they have to be aware of what is the importance of emotional intelligence, and what is the importance of what is the impact which will have on the society if their children is not emotionally intelligent. So my just to answer your questions, sir, first, no, we have to just make it important at the parents, at the family level. So that should be the first one. And second one, no, just even in the school, just if it is at the level of say about after some 7 or 8 years of age, because that is the age they can easily understand what is the emotions. So no, if they start implementing right, maybe after some 8 years or 9 years, that will give a remarkable improvement in the overall growth of the children. So any other just one, yeah.
Amirtharaj sir, I want to add to what you are saying.
Please.
See, during our school days in our generation, like you and me and all in the same generation, our parents used to expose us to all the difficulties they used to face in life, whatever the difficulties, whatever the challenges that they used to face. We used to see that, we used to feel that, we had that, we used to have interaction on those things. But this generation, because of the problem here is actually, this generation is not exposing their children to that level only. They give only the best. They only show the best things in life. They do not show the other gray areas in life. They completely, and once these people come into the field and once they come into the real career, wherever it is, and when they face the challenges, they are not able to face the challenges because they are not exposed to it. It becomes new for them. Parents used to, whatever they want a mobile phone, they want anything in life, they will get them. Because my father did not give me all these things. I want to give all these things to my children. So I want to give the best to my children. So what happens, they give the best to the children, fine. That is one good. But you should also know, they should also know that this has been brought with so much of difficulty, with so much of challenges. It's not that they had a money tree in the house where they plugged in and got a mobile phone of Apple phone of 4.5 lakhs or something like that. That is not given. The families, that is the problem. Why these people are getting, once they are getting, because they think, oh, life is a completely of only green channel. Everything, whatever I want, I can achieve in life. Once they come into career, they will have a lot of challenges. That time, they are not able to face these people. That time, they are completely confused. They're completely confused because they thought something in life. They are seeing completely a different perspective in life. They get confused. Then they go to this level of what do you call that, committing suicide and all those things. Why they get into depression? Do you think our generation did not have all these problems? We have, our parents were still worse than what this generation. We are at least providing 3 meals a day. But at our generation, we never used to have 3 meals a day. Our parents used to have 5 children, 6 children. We used to have 8 to 10 people in the house.
So it's instant gratification, actually, you're saying.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
It's an instant gratification, what we are doing as far as our children are concerned, that is not actually making them agile or resilient. Once they get failure, it's difficult for them to come up.
Yes.
That is one, sir. And another thing, sir, now what we have to educate the parents is, because now everyone want to give the best to the best education to the children. So they want to put them in the best school, but you have to educate them what is the importance. IQ is important, but at the same time, what is the importance of EQ? Suppose if we combine both EQ and IQ, what is the future of the child? So if you imagine that particular point to the each and every parent, they will also give equal importance to EQ, the importance whatever they give to the education. So this is the one way now, what is the importance of EQ in their life, not only in the profession, how even in the personal life, or even the marriage life. So how they can be a better human being. So it not necessarily by admitting in the best college, he need not be a Superman, but we want him to be a superhuman being. Yes. So that is what we need. So in all aspects, not only in the profession, let him be a good person in his personal life. So really you are developing a good society. So even we cannot do it down overnight, but whatever the best, even the little things which we can give it to the society from our part, we can try to do it. So that's my request.
Somebody mentioned,
Like, sir, which means self-awareness and self-regulation can be improved by meditation, right, sir?
Of course, sir, of course. Because most of these emotions, when you do meditations, are actually that is a very good impact on our almost every emotions. Really, meditation is one of the best part, which is one of the best thing which can give the right answer. Just you can easily identify your emotions. You can not only the emotions which will really help you. Even the meditation is a wonderful tool which you can practice every day.
So basically meditation increases EQ.
Yes.
it keeps your mind
Not only
peace.
it is almost everything. Not just it makes you calm. Just to make a good decision, and it makes you to do what is best for you, and it takes you to So that's one of the way. Even there are a lot of the studies which shows that the meditation, how it improves our brain capacity and so many other things. Because no, earlier we thought that okay, meditation maybe it's taught by Indians, mainly by yogis and other people. But no, it's scientifically proven that what is the impact of meditation, because there are a lot of studies which were conducted with Dalai Lama's students and US, and they've identified what is the impact of the meditation. So that's why even they say there is a rule called 5 seconds rule. They call it as a 5 seconds rule. So which means that whatever you want to do it, suppose something comes to your mind, you do it within the 5 seconds. Suppose you want to make a phone call to someone, or you want to do something important which will have a positive impact on that. So within 5 seconds, you do it immediately. Now, if you delay that, you will either procrastinate or you will do not do it, because no, this is the time which is taken by amygdala to send the signal to prefrontal cortex. So it takes about 5 seconds to send it to the prefrontal cortex, where it will be analyzed whether we can do it or not. So you don't give the chance to pass the message from amygdala to prefrontal cortex and do it immediately. So that's why they call it as a 5 seconds rule. So whatever, when you are in a grief, you want to change from the grief to another thing, just you take a decision within the 5 seconds. If you are happy, if you want to do something, do it. Whenever the moment you think about any incidents which have a positive impact, you do it without delay, do it within 5 seconds. So there are a lot of studies which shows that the impact of meditations on our memory or decision making or so many other aspects. So really, if you practice, those who are practicing, it's very they can share a lot of experience more than this. And if we are not doing it, please start practicing it.
So which means
Sir,
meditation can take the EQ to 75.
Again, it all depends, sir.
Sanjay, I just want to add. See, when you are meditating,
this is only just a model, sir. It's a model.
Sanjay, Sanjay, when you're meditating, what happens? You get peace of mind and you can focus on your goals.
Yeah.
See, whatever you want to achieve, you'll achieve. So when you got calm mind, nothing will be there in front of you to stop you from doing anything.
Correct.
So that is the power of meditation. It gives you so much of peace. Peace will lead you to wherever you want to go. When you're not peaceful, when you're completely in distraction mode, from here to there, there to here to there, you want to multitask everything, you want to do everything at this thing, then you are in confused state. When you're in confused state, you cannot achieve anything in life. You cannot focus on anything. You will not have a goal, first of all. When you have got that, meditation only keeps you in your correct stamina, correct level of thinking, and you can focus on whatever you do, and whatever, even somebody abuses you also, you not even care about it, because you are completely at peace of yourself. You're gone within you and you are at peace of yourself. Somebody abuses you in front of you, you will say you are right, and you not even say that. You will just laugh at him and just leave it. Otherwise, if you're not doing meditation, you want to kick him. You want to fight with him. So all
Thank you,
Rajesh,
for the detailed explanation.
when you are not meditating, when you are not at peace yourself, you always want to be excessive.
Fighting.
When you are at peace of mind, somebody is at the other end is doing, abusing you, is whatever he does in front of you, you will only laugh within you, and even laugh outside, you will laugh within you, and you will still be at peace. That is the power of
meditation. Is very, very important. Yes, that's right. Thank
Sir,
you
I
very
want
much,
to
Rajesh,
ask one question. Yeah,
ahead,
thank you very much. I just want to ask one question. I read one article that mindfulness has been implemented even in Google on various aspects. So can you please throw some light, because it also talks that it helps actually in stabilizing your emotions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mindfulness is just be aware of the present.
Right, sir.
So now whatever it happens in the past, or whatever it happened in the past, you don't think about the past, because as I said, whenever we think of the thing, which situation which happened in the past, actually now we get disturbed. Some failure in the past or some incidences which disturbed us in the past. So when we think of the past, really no, just it disturbs us, it causes the disturbance in our peace. So it's the same way, if you think of the future, what I am going to say for my family, or what I am going to, how I am going to live my life after some 10 or 15 years, or how I am going to take care of my children's education. So when you think of the future, again, that is also adds burden to your life. So that also adds burden to your thinking. So no, you are not in a peaceful mind. You are not in your peaceful mind. So what mindfulness states that be of today, be of aware of today, present. Whatever I am doing it now, you enjoy the fullest moment. Suppose if you taste the chocolate, you put it in your mouth. So each and every moment you enjoy that moment. So that is your that gives a peace of mind. So you don't think about the past, you don't think about the future. You live about only be aware of the current situation. So that is about the mindfulness. So just
That
if you
is,
think
sir,
that.
that is what Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, I've been reading Bhagavad Gita. What it says is, yesterday is dead. Yesterday is already gone. It is dead. Tomorrow is unborn to you. Tomorrow, whatever you are thinking tomorrow, whether that will happen, this will happen, this will happen, that will happen, you are confusing yourself. Tomorrow is not yet born to you, man. Today is your day. This moment, this is important to you. Enjoy this moment. That's what is. See, everything is told in our Vedas and these things. We are not concentrating on that. If Google says something, that is the
No,
best thing.
Raja, I wanted to bring this. It is not Google. Google also mentioned that this is basically from Buddhism. Okay, the mindfulness came from Buddhism. That
Buddhism
article very
also from
clearly
India,
said.
sir.
Right.
Everything is from
I
India.
do
Everything has
understand.
gone from India.
That's what I'm saying. That Google is using it, we are not using it. Which originated from here, from our land.
Yes, it's all, everything is.
Yeah, Britishers have given the 200 years they ruled us. That DNA is still there in us. So if some Britisher or American says that becomes the one of. We want to only appreciate our Tony Robbins and other people, but we never appreciate our Narayan Murthy or Tata.
No, but Raja, you will agree. You will agree.
I have a question.
Let's not argue here.
That's fine. That's fine. That's okay.
have a
Thank you very
question.
much.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Can I
Farooq
ask?
sir, go ahead.
And there was somebody wanted to ask some question, I think.
Yeah, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, please, Jain.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, Amirtharaj sir, I am not sure. I was not seeing the screen when somebody discussed about 5-second rule by Dalai Lama student. So, I think you mentioned that it takes 5 seconds for that decision to go from amygdala to the frontal cortex.
Yeah.
So, I have read that amygdala is the emotional center of the brain, right? It's an emotional center,
Yes.
like emotional hijacking when it is explained in EI.
Absolutely right. Yes.
Right. So my question is, because it is a impulse, it may be an impulsive decision. So because it's emotional, so so that we have to be always aware. Sometimes we get that impulsive decisions. So what we feel, that we say gut feeling or instinct. So we have to validate also, like, or we should go ahead and do that.
No, absolutely. Yeah. It's a very good question. Suppose if you feel that it will give you a positive impact, you go with that.
Okay.
So whatever comes to your mind.
Aware.
Pardon me?
We have to be aware. So
we have to be aware. So when the emotion comes, just within that, suppose if I take an action, suppose will it be positive, or will it be good for me, or it's not good for me. So in that case, even now, if you feel that it's not good for you, again you count back, okay, just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you divert your mind to something else.
Can I ask a question?
So again, it's all 5 seconds rule.
So when you said that frontal cortex, like that
prefrontal cortex, yes.
So
PFC.
frontal cortex role is to
it's just to identify, give the logistic decision or logistic support. Actually, it gives just whether it's a logical or not. So whatever you think, suppose you are feeling sad, or you want to give something. Suppose someone is angry with you, so you want to, whether you want to run or fly or fight.
Right.
So that gives a direction to a brain. Okay, now this is the time you can fight with him, or just he is stronger than you. You run away from the site.
Okay, that means that amygdala is an emotional context.
Yeah, that is a seat of emotional. That is a seat of emotional intelligence.
And frontal cortex is the logical context.
Yeah, logical cortex. Yeah. So that's why even something suppose if you ask someone, suddenly I got an anger. Just there was some lot of murders takes place. These are because they call it as emotional hijack. So before it moves to the prefrontal cortex, murder someone. Because now out of some anxiety or out of some reaction, they would have murdered someone. But no, before the message goes to the prefrontal cortex to analyze whether it is good or bad, he would have completed this murder. Yeah. So this is called, there will be some disturbances between the signal from amygdala to prefrontal cortex, and this is called emotional hijack.
Okay. And that we have the what they say hard disk at the band. What is that? That is the that visual cortex. No, what is that? Backside. That
visual cortex is mainly for eyesight. Mainly for eyesight. Visual cortex is mainly for eyesight. It's related to eye.
Okay, visual cortex.
I have two questions.
Please, sir.
Thank you,
One
sir.
is you said feelings are either good or bad. Emotions are either good or bad. So I have read that no emotion is really good or bad. Even if you take anger, anger can be termed as good in some cases and it will be bad in others.
Yes, absolutely, you are right, sir. Even I also said, so all emotions will have a positive impact and impact. So when it goes beyond a certain limit, suppose now I want to get something done from my subordinate, I have to express my anger to him. But it should not be more than that certain acceptable limit. So we cannot label anger as it's a good or bad. So we cannot say whether it is wanted or unwanted or positive or negative. Again, no, it all depends on the situation. What is the output which we expect from others? So whether it's good or bad, it's all again up to me. Suppose if being an anger, I can get a lot of things. I can improve my performance. So they have to be anger. But at the same time, I must also to understand how I can regulate my anger when it goes beyond the certain limit. Hope I answered your question, sir.
Second question is that you said emotional intelligence cannot be measured easily, but we have these EQ tests, and EQ tests are improving by the day, and they conclusively tell you where your emotional intelligence lies. In fact, you have conducted one EQ test yourself.
Sorry, I couldn't listen to your last words, sir. It was very low.
Yeah. Emotional intelligence can be measured by EQ tests, I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
And the tests are improving by the day. So since you said that there are no tests to check emotional intelligence, there are EQ tests which measures emotional intelligence.
Yes.
You yourself have given some tests, one test on you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is only 15 questions. Even there are a lot of elaborate tests which contains more than 100 questions. So we can come to a, so that's why I didn't, because of paucity of time and we cannot have a particular test on the Zoom platform. I didn't implement that one. So I want to go with the shortest one and some specific one. So that's why I choose this one. Even there are a lot of other tests to give a overall, just to score, to know our emotional intelligence. Because there are other tests which are available, but we can which cannot be a confirmed psychometric test, but it will give an overall output. So that's all. But no, we can help where what is the area of weakness, how we can improve it. Whether whether I am good at analyzing my ability to understand my emotions, or whether I have the ability to regulate my emotions, that we can learn over a period of time.
Sir, one question. Sir, it is said that, for example, any emotion like anger, when there is a lot of energy which is there, can we channelize that energy from anger to some other emotion which will really help us and the society or anybody else for that matter? It will not be detrimental. To avoid that disaster, can we channelize it?
Yes, sir, absolutely. It's a wonderful question. Actually, no, just now, what is it? No, so that's why, no, just I said that's the modometer. So we know that what is our level of our energy now. So whether we can control from moving from 1 to 5, whether we can control over it. Suppose when the energy level is from 1 to 2, you can try to control it.
Right.
So this is called momentum. This is called momentum. Suppose you imagine a car, just you roll the car from the top hill. So when you come out of the car, if you want to stop the car immediately, you can stop the car because no, the momentum, the energy, or it will be very low. So you can stop the car at after some few steps. Suppose you imagine that the car ran over for a period or distance of more than 15, 20 kilometers or miles, and you are standing at the bottom to stop the car. What will happen to you?
No, the momentum will be very high. It will be difficult.
The momentum will be very high. So either you have to change the intensity when it is very low. So you have to stop when the intensity is at the level of 1 or 2. Just you have to move to the next thing, or you have to identify that you have to divert to something else. So there are some techniques which are available, that how you can stop that energy, how you can change to, how you can engage yourself to some other thing. So moving from, you cannot totally move from that particular one, but how you can engage your from negative to positive, how you can change, or how you can, how you can reduce the intensity of the particular stress or whatever the negative emotions. So this technique, which we learned, you can easily identify. Suppose if it is of the low momentum, just you think that the moment it comes to your mind, you don't give importance to that, you avoid that. Suppose if it is with a very low momentum with very low energy,
Right.
it is with the medium energy, just to try to move from the particular energy to the next level. That is, you give you some other thought. Suppose if you are in the very sad moment, just to try to bring some of the happiest moment which happened in your life, and just you start thinking about that. So you are getting diverted from sadness to the happiness. So this is when you are in the medium momentum. When you move to the high momentum, you have to do it. You have to accept it. You have to control your level of your energy, or you have to totally deviate from it.
Right.
So that's it.
So
Thank you very much.
So which means you are saying that if you are in yellow quadrant,
yes,
you should take less than 5 seconds, whereas if you are in blue quadrant, you should take more than 5 seconds to decide. That's what you're saying?
It's not 5 seconds. It's just you are grading your emotional level.
No. We have graded, like if I'm in the high pleasant state,
yes,
then whatever I thought comes to my mind, whatever this thing, I should do it immediately. Am I right?
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm in
it gives a
blue,
positive impact.
it's a positive thing. So I should do it with less than 5 seconds.
Yes.
Whereas if it is blue quadrant where I'm very angry, then I should delay it.
Yeah.
So that's what his example was, Mr. Rajan's example.
Yes, you have to delay it. Yes.
So which means blue quadrant, it should be more than 5 seconds. If it's yellow quadrant, it should be less than 5 seconds. Isn't it?
No, it's not a question of time. So suppose if you want to analyze that, you give more time.
Okay, that is in blue quadrant.
Yeah, a blue quadrant. Suppose suppose if you want to give any positive results, and which will give, if you want to do immediately, you can do it immediately within 5 seconds. Again, if you delay the time, again you will analyze on that, and you will know whether it will give you a positive impact or negative impact. Based on that, you can also take a call on that.
Sir, I have one question.
Please, ma'am.
Sir, I would like to ask, what's the connection between self-sabotaging and EQ? Because we got to know about self-awareness, self-regulation, self-motivation. So
Yes.
how come self-sabotaging would come into the picture, and how is it related to the EQ part?
Actually, madam, self-sabotaging is coming mainly, because they are not able to understand the emotions. So it will be correlating with self-awareness and self-regulations.
Okay. So ideally, it is a part of EQ.
Yeah, it's a part of, but self-sabotaging means just actually what is the outcome, just which can explain, ma'am?
For example, I'm preventing from doing what I want to do.
Okay.
And EQ is something which basis the questionnaire, the activity which you made us go through. We are aware about what we are doing.
Okay.
So there is a gap in what we do and what we want to do.
Yes.
So EQ comes first, and what we want to do is where self-sabotaging comes into the picture.
Okay.
So what is the connect? I just
no, actually, madam, suppose if you have just what you want, you have an object. So just you have an object. So you have the self-awareness. So you have to motivate yourself, actually, just self-motivate yourself to reach that goal.
Right.
So that's the area, because you have identified, you have the EQ, and you have your goal. What is your goal? What do you want to achieve in your life? So just to, once you fix the goal, just motivate yourself to reach the goal.
That is
I
what you
hope.
want to do. Okay, okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have also question. So
Please.
basically, when this question came, so is there a fine distinction between EI and EQ? Like EI is intelligence and this is our quotient. So
Yeah.
like how we.
No, it's all same, sir. It's all same. Emotional intelligence is just the common word, and the score. No, when you have some score, no, just be called as emotional quotient. Otherwise, even it can also be called as emotional literacy, because that isn't, because no, somebody say don't want to have what is that intelligent? What intelligent it has? So they also use the term called emotional literacy.
Okay. And this mood meter, which university it was designed by?
YALE. Yes.
And actually, I miss a few seconds in this part. So when you said that pleasantness and energy, so when we go to this blue part and red part, this is unpleasant, right? Negative thing.
Yes.
And yellow and green is pleasantness.
No, actually, red and yellow will be on the high energy, high pleasantness.
Okay.
And below that is the green one, which will be the high pleasantness and low energy.
Okay, right.
And the left one will be the blue with the low energy and low pleasantness.
Okay.
Now here also, just we can channelize our energy to the, suppose we are with the, so how you can channelize in the energy to the next achievement? Suppose even this is the area, particularly the people with the people who are the writers or even the poets, because they use the particular time, they will feel that they are highly energetic. So they will sit and write a lot of poems, particularly during those period. So the people will be with a lot of energy, particularly those who will be in the yellow quadrant. So those are the area for the writers, or just even for brainstorming any new any creativity or any innovation. Everything will naturally will come into this yellow quadrant.
Okay. And braveness, you said about green. The braveness? No. Red one is brave quadrant.
No, red one is anger.
Okay.
So
yellow where.
So suppose whenever you experience any of these emotions, you can easily identify that whether what is my energy, what is my pleasantness. So that's all. These are the two characteristics. What is the energy level and what is my pleasantness? Suppose if I am angry, my energy level is high, but my pleasantness is low. When I am doing meditation or when I am very calm and peaceful, my energy level is low, but my pleasantness is more. I am experiencing, I am enjoying that. So I am not using much of my energy. So that is it. So when you are in blue, you are with a low energy and you are with a low pleasantness. When sad or grief or some sorrow incidences, so that's all happening. So from whether can I move from one to another? Yes, you can move. Okay, I am in this situation now. So I don't want to spoil my day. I don't want to spoil others. And I have to be move from the particular position, particular mode to the next level. So what I have to do, how I can motivate to move from this level to the next level? Or if I want to go for outing, or I want to do jogging, or I want to write something. So whatever you do and move just to change your mood from particular one to the other one. So that's it. Even the emotions also, just you say that there are a lot of hormones play an important role. Suppose we say endorphin. So when you do exercises or when you do jogging, the level of endorphin will go up. So that will give the happiness. Suppose we want to enjoy the just good relationship, you hug someone or just you give handshake, the oxytocin level will increase. Oxytocin will give the closeness to you. So this is another hormone which is responsible for emotion. Suppose if you achieve something small and you feel that you pat on yourself that I have achieved this thing. Okay, I have achieved this talk. Actually, your dopamine will level go up. So which gives a sense of satisfaction of achieving something. So just which will give the happiness. So whatever action which we do, it has a repercussion on our body. So whatever we do, so when you raise your hand above your shoulder, your brain recognizes that you are in a happy mood. So that's why when you say some namaskaram or when you say hi or something like, you feel that when you feel that your mind recognizes that you are in a happy mood, you release the endorphin. So for each and every of our action, our body reacts. So our body is like a temple. So whatever the emotions which we react, our body which also has an impact on it. So just to try to control our emotion and live a healthy life.
And where, on which forum you have this future workshop? Like we would love to attend this. Like when you have COVID-19 crisis, teachers and parents and go to
Yes,
great
actually,
leaders.
Can you share your email address, sir?
Yeah,
Amirtharaj, sir, can you please share your email address and details in the chat so that everybody can make a note of it and they can get back to you on this?
I hope the session was added some benefits which can be implemented even personal life and professional life.
Sir, it was awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Sir.
We just loved it.
Thank you very
Lot
much.
of learning, lot of feedback. It's good.
And it has
We really enjoyed
actually
Very good session. Very good session.
Thank you.
And Jaideep sir, I have put the phone number of Amirtharaj sir in the chat. You
Right.
can make a note of it. And
Yeah, I
please
know.
get connected to him. Yeah, for the future workshops or maybe in your place, organizations or anywhere. Because in this platform, we normally promote the trainers so that, they can get more, bandwidth and they reach out to more people and you can, put a word of mouth is more powerful than, all these advertisements. So I request all of you, since sir has taken this much of time, from his busy schedule, that too on Sunday, I'm so thankful to sir. And we are sorry we have exceeded the time. I'm very sorry for that, but still it was a great session, great presentation. I just loved it. Any questions from anybody, please?
Can I ask about the higher course, the next course which he's taking? Can I ask him? Sir, Amit, this higher course which you are taking, this will include healing techniques like meditation, mindfulness and all that? Or it is totally theory and practical?
Yes, sir. Actually, no, when we talk about the particular topics, particularly when we conduct any workshop for managers from good to great, we can conduct mainly for stress management, how they can manage the stress.
Okay.
So in such case, now we can have some just small techniques which can be easily implemented wherever they are. Even I can quote even here now. I'll quote a small thing of it, which is called empty chat technique. So when you are angry with someone, or when you are angry with some of your relatives or with your boss, you cannot argue with him because you cannot express your feeling in front of him, or you cannot be angry with him. Just fight with him. So in such a situation, you are always under the stress. Even you reach your home, you think about the incidences, and you always think about it. It totally distresses your mind. So in such case, just you do only as a very simple thing. Just you take a chair and put it in the room in the corner, and imagine that the particular person is sitting on the chair, and you scold him, or just you express your feeling at the chair. So this is called empty chair technique. So you remove all the clutters from your mind. You express all your feelings to the chair. It's an empty chair, but the person, you imagine that the person is sitting there. So this is one of the way how you can manage your stress. Suppose whenever something unwanted thing which happen, so this is the one way which.
What was this empty chair method?
Pardon me, ma'am?
What was the empty chair method you suggested? Could you just repeat?
Actually, ma'am, just to know if you are angry with someone,
Okay.
just you take a chair and put it in a room, one
Okay.
empty chair, and imagine that the particular person is sitting on the chair,
Okay.
and you express all your feelings which you have in your mind. Hopefully,
Okay.
suppose you want to scold him or you want to express your views or whatever you think that just this is the thing which I did. This is for right. So whatever you want to argue, you argue with the chair where there is a no person physically sitting, but the imaginary person is sitting there.
Oh, we can shout at our boss and whatever
Yeah.
you want, you can do.
Can go
All the
against the
emotions.
anger.
So which means you use NLP also in your courses, right? NLP.
No, actually, so it's all almost everything will be somewhere. It will be interrelated, sir.
Okay.
Because no, even if you take any mindful classes, no, almost there will be one technique here, it will be added to the another one. So no, it will be even the NLP, is mainly mainly related to the performance or something like that. It may be particular one, but no, this will give a overall emotional intelligence. It covers the entire gamut of the society.
Sir, one last question. How meditation and mindfulness are linked? If you can, just one line, short answer.
Actually, the meditation, no, it gives not only in the mindfulness, it gives an overall, it totally calms your brain.
Okay.
It totally calms your brain. So you can take a good decision and you can identify what is right, what is wrong. So each and everything, so just you need not worry about anything else. And actually, you started accepting as well as become adapting to the circumstances. So no, initially, no, you may react particular to any instance. No, first you may immediately react. After doing meditation for sometimes, say some 10 days or 15 days, the same incidents will affect you to some extent. After 20 or 30 days, if you practice meditation, the same incidents will not affect you at all because you become either you accept that incidents as a normal one or you become adapted to that incidents. So it will not have any impact on your body.
So you have to practice both together, meditation as well as mindfulness.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So whatever you are comfortable with, almost everything will give you almost same effects. So any one of the techniques, because some people will say this is the best one, that is the best one. So you are the best judge. So whatever you feel that which suits you, your time and your schedule, and you practice that. Even whatever the meditation which you do, even for 10 minutes, that is more than enough every day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, sir, for this session, and assure that the takeaways will be implemented in the personal lives. Thank you so much for the wonderful
Thank you.
session.
That's a
Thank you,
good
sir.
compliment to me, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. And I also thank everybody, whoever has come in today, that too being Sunday, it's really challenging. We know how it happens. And I really appreciate all of you and keep joining this program. It happens normally every Saturday, but since yesterday we had an Bangalore IITD alumni program conducted by Nagraj sir and Kushal Jain sir. So we had to postpone this to Sunday. So I request all of you and also your friends and colleague, maybe he or she is a businessman or businesswoman, or it can be anybody, just not trainers, who can, first time when you share in this platform, you should share your success, failures, ups and downs you can share. And the second time you can share in any of your programs in this platform. We'll be very glad to help you. And we also advertise in social media, in my own group and various other things where we can get maximum publicity for you for your programs. Okay. Thank you very much. And
So,
Mr. Amirtharaj sir, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Go ahead,
Amirtharaj.
Sanjay sir, go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Panel, just Mr. Pradeep and for other members who really, it's a really good encouragement to me, and just it will also motivate me to learn more and more and share with our people like you. And really thank you. I really thank you very much for your participation, and we meet again and we'll share a lot of new things and more things to improve our quality of life of ours and the society. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And thanks, everybody. Have a great
Thank you,
evening.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Good night.
Good
Take
night,
care.
everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.